As the drama in Salem reaches new heights, Days of Our Lives spoilers for the Tuesday and Wednesday, February 4th 5 episodes promise shocking twists, unexpected health crises, and crucial revelations that will change the course of several lives. Fans should prepare for emotional turmoil as some of their favorite characters face dangerous situations, all while secrets threaten to unravel. The week begins with a surprise visit from Hattie Adams, who arrives at the hospital to see Bonnie Kuriakis. While her visit is brief, it is clear that she has another agenda weighing heavily on her mind. After checking in on Bonnie, Hattie makes her way to Leo Stark's room, ready to voice her frustrations. As longtime fans know, Hattie is never one to hold back, and this encounter is no exception. Hattie is struggling with issues regarding her return to Body and Soul, a project she had been excited about but is now proving to be more complicated than she expected. Her frustrations reach their peak as she confronts Leo, expressing her displeasure in no uncertain terms. But just as tensions between them rise, the unexpected happens. Hattie suddenly collapses onto the bed. At first, Leo assumes this is just another one of Hattie's over-the-top performances. Given her history of dramatic antics, his skepticism is understandable. But as moments pass and she remains unresponsive, panic begins to set in. He quickly realizes that something is terribly wrong, and time is running out. Will Leo be able to get help in time, or is Hattie in for a dire fate? Meanwhile, Kayla Johnson is dealing with her own set of challenges. As she prepares to step in and replace Bonnie as Cassandra in Body and Soul, she enlists the help of Steve Johnson to rehearse her lines. Their dynamic has always been complicated, filled with love, history, and unresolved feelings, but Kayla is determined to focus on the task at hand. However, just as things seem to be going smoothly, Kayla receives a message, one so disturbing that it causes her to freeze in shock. The contents of this message are unknown for now, but the impact is immediate and devastating. Before Steve can even process what's happening, Kayla's body goes weak, and she suddenly collapses. Steve, who has seen Kayla through countless medical emergencies in the past, jumps into action, calling for help. But this time, the stakes feel different. Kayla's collapse is not just a simple fainting spell. This could be a sign of something far more serious. As medical professionals rush to her side, the question remains: what exactly was in that message, and how will it change everything for her? As Wednesday unfolds, the atmosphere in Salem grows even more tense. While the town is no stranger to drama, the latest events send shockwaves through the community. Abe makes a shocking discovery that could have ripple effects across Salem. The details remain under wraps, but whatever he uncovers is sure to shake things up. Meanwhile, 3 lives hang in the balance. Kayla, Hattie, and Johnny all face critical battles that could determine their futures. Their loved ones gather around, desperate for answers and fearing the worst. Elsewhere, Stephanie is put to the test as she takes on the role of caretaker for Alex, who has fallen ill. Though their relationship has been filled with ups and downs, Stephanie feels a responsibility to be there for him in his time of need. Will this bring them closer together, or will the strain of the situation create new complications? Just when it seems like the chaos couldn't get any worse, Sarah Horton Kuriakis makes a discovery that will change everything. The truth she uncovers is significant enough to shift the dynamics of multiple relationships in Salem. As she pieces everything together, she is left with a crucial decision to make, one that could alter the course of her future. With so many unanswered questions and multiple lives hanging in the balance, Days of Our Lives is delivering non-stop action and emotional intensity. Will Hattie and Kayla survive their medical crises? What did Abe discover that could shake up Salem? And what truth has Sarah uncovered that will change everything? In the upcoming episode of Days of Our Lives on Tuesday, February 4th, romance and drama will collide in spectacular fashion as tensions rise among Salem's most intriguing characters. Alex Kuriakis wakes up next to Joy Wesley, but despite the intimate night they just shared, his mind is elsewhere. While Joy is eager to explore what could be a blossoming romance, hinting at plans to spend Valentine's Day together, Alex isn't on the same page. His heart is clearly more invested in Stephanie Johnson, even if he refuses to admit it outright. As Joy lays beside him, hopeful for a romantic future, Alex scrambles for an excuse to slip away, avoiding any deeper conversation. His abrupt departure leaves Joy alone, staring at her tablet, her expression shifting from disappointment to concern. As the morning unfolds, Joy stumbles upon something shocking. an ominous message spreading through the body and soul cast. The cryptic warning speaks of impending danger, though its exact meaning remains a mystery. Could someone be plotting against the show? Or is this a more personal vendetta targeting key players in Salem? As Joy investigates further, she starts connecting the dots, realizing that multiple cast members have received similar messages, each one more alarming than the last. Meanwhile, Johnny DiMera is on a mission to make amends. After recent missteps, he lays his heart bare before Chanel, offering a sincere apology. He acknowledges the mistakes he made, his voice laced with regret, as he pleads for another chance. He wants her to move back into the DiMera mansion, promising that this time, things will be different. His words strike a chord, and Chanel, despite her hesitation, ultimately relents. Sealing their reconciliation with a passionate kiss, they embrace the possibility of a fresh start. But just as it seems things are looking up, disaster strikes. As Chanel lounges on the couch, her phone pings with an unsettling update, another warning connected to the earlier message Joy saw. Before she can make sense of it, she turns to Johnny, only to find him completely unresponsive. Panic grips her as she shakes him, calling his name in desperation. The eerie silence that follows confirms her worst fear. Johnny isn't the only one in trouble. Elsewhere in Salem, Stephanie stuns Kate Roberts-Brady and Abe Carver with an unexpected announcement. She's stepping down as the spokesperson for Body and Soul. Given her lingering connection with Alex, Abe and Kate quickly suspect this has everything to do with him. Is she walking away from her career for the sake of a romance that's still uncertain? While they grapple with the sudden shift, the reality of a larger crisis becomes unavoidable. As the day progresses, the unthinkable happens. One by one, members of the Body and Soul cast collapse, their lives hanging in the balance. Stephanie, despite her decision to step away from the show, finds herself at the center of the chaos. Rushing to Alex's side, she discovers him unconscious, just like Johnny and the others. The sight of him so vulnerable sends a wave of panic through her, pushing her to act fast. As she frantically works to revive him, emotions flood to the surface. Could this terrifying ordeal finally force Alex to confront his true feelings for Stephanie? Meanwhile, Salem's hospital is overwhelmed as medical teams scramble to treat the growing number of victims. Doctors are baffled by the sudden epidemic, unable to pinpoint the cause. Roman Brady and John Black take it upon themselves to investigate, convinced that this is no coincidence. Their digging leads them to a mysterious figure lurking in the shadows, someone with a deep vendetta against the Body and Soul cast. Could an old enemy be resurfacing to exact revenge? As the crisis intensifies, Joy delves deeper into the warnings she found on her tablet. She begins to suspect that someone close to the show may be behind the chaos, feeding misinformation to the cast and crew. Her suspicions take a chilling turn when she realizes she's being followed. Is she getting too close to the truth? Stay tuned as Days of Our Lives delivers another heart-pounding episode filled with romance, danger, and unexpected twists that will leave viewers on the edge of their seats.